So yeah, thanks to everyone who is joining us live. I think there'll be a lot of people that are catching up on the replay. So for those of you that are, if you do have any questions that come up, please do get in touch with us afterwards. I'm Nicola and I work at Talmix as a network development exec. For those of you who aren't currently registered with Talmix or aren't familiar, Talmix is the leading business talent marketplace, unlocking the power of the extended workforce. So at Talmix, we use technology and data sets to deliver business talent on demand from our global network, which currently stands at over 60,000 registered consultants. So if you're yet to register with us, please do so. It's free, and we have global opportunities from a permanent, interim, contract and project-based assignments. So there's always sort of lots of live opportunities that we're working with. And yeah, we're partnered with AskBrian as one of our partners to help you succeed in your independent career. And we're really excited to be working together and to showing you in this session just how wide and broad Brian's skill sets are, and I won't try and sort of go into too much detail because we'll be getting a live demo shortly. If you do have any questions, please just keep a note of them, and hopefully they'll be covered in the session, but if not, we should have some time at the end for some live Q&A. So I will pass over to Pavel, who is the founder of Ask Brian, who will go into the session for us.
Thank you very much, Nicola. Great introduction, and so happy and proud to work with Talmix with such a huge network of outstanding talents, and happy to explain you and tell you about our Brian, assistant for business professionals, consultant and so on, and how Nicola already outlined it. I would like to tell you maybe in the next 20 minutes what Brian is about, that we really have also some time for your questions and to provide some meaningful answers. So without further ado, I would like to introduce myself in a little bit more detail and then jump into Brian. So I'm the founder, CEO of Ask Brian. I've been 15 years in management consulting at Roland Berger and Stewart, both in Munich. I love challenges, two-time Ironman, therefore, and I'm building Brian since 2017, and what we are building is a work companion I would like to have during my 15 years of my consulting career. That means a multi-skill colleague who never sleeps and helps with all the annoying and recurring stuff you probably face also in your projects. So I'm very happy also to talk with you as standalone entrepreneurs and freelancers. And we are happy that Brian just doesn't resonate with management consultancies, but also with management consultants who we know that they know the value of their time. You have senior experience, but usually no junior support. And you don't have hundreds of tools like big consultancies have, but you have probably very few and very helpful ones. And we are happy that we are addressing the needs of freelancers like Thorsten Kruger, who says that Brian is an absolute time saver. And this is the biggest thing of Brian. So he can save your time and also some money. And I'm excited to tell you more about Brian and how he can help you. How did we build Brian? You could you could say Brian is kind of a Siri or Alexa for business professionals and consultant alike professionals, where he combines multiple online services and data sources in one solution. That means all his skills, currently he has 24 skills, how he can help you in your daily work, are defined for the needs of consultants and business professionals. He does never sleep, so he answers every time within 3 minutes. He combines multiple features in one solution, what means reduced complexity, so you don't need to think where to get in which tool the data or the service you need. Lowers your cost because you don't need all the underlying tools. And you have also more insights because Brian has his own access to the paid databases, so you can save this money as well. He interacts via email and since few days now also via Microsoft Teams. I will show today both interaction channels, how you cooperate with Brian, really like kind of your colleague which never sleeps. Basically, if you communicate with him via email, you don't need any software download or credentials. You just write him an email and he's doing stuff for you. There is no setup cost and training value from day one. That means it's not a tool which helps you to build something. Brian is here to help you immediately. You can optimize. This is usually for consultancies relevant. And of course, data confidentiality and privacy have high importance because Brian handles also sensitive data. Maybe two things about this. We don't save your files. And we have an external GDPR officer, which ensures that we are GDPR compliant. How exactly does it look like? How to communicate with Brian? It's as simple as possible. So we try to simplify this digital assistance in business to the maximum. And how it works, you just write an email, for example, to Brian at AskBrian AI. We will share this, of course, afterwards. And you, as a first starting point, it's always a good idea to ask him, what are your skills? And then he introduces himself, what he can do, and how you can request all the skills. To give you an idea now, a concrete idea, how he can help you at work, it's best probably to show these two pictures in one slide. I will start on the right-hand side. That means what is Brian in fact used for. Yeah, so his clients, especially freelancers and management consultants, are using Brian especially for translating documents. That means translating of documents of all formats in the Microsoft universe, including PDF files from 100 languages to 100 languages within 3 minutes. Then the second most frequent skill is company research, where he provides company information on all publicly traded companies and millions of private companies, especially from Germany, but also some key information for companies from UK, Switzerland, and Poland. So then what's very valued, especially by standalone entrepreneurs and freelancers, is he has also a large database of PowerPoint templates and icons, so you can beautify your slides. I will showcase this as well, how it works. And then he has also a big database of project methods, more than 130 of them. That means how to use the BCG matrix, how to use the ENSOF matrix, how to use the five Porter's forces model, and so on. And maybe the last highlight I would like to show is the conversion of PDF files into Office files. Usually we would need a Pro Adobe license to do such tasks like converting documents, scanned PDFs or native documents, native PDFs into Word, Excel, PowerPoint, but Brian can all this for you. In average, the average user saves with Brian approximately 4 hours a month. But of course, if you have some peak need that this can be of days of work, Brian is able to save you. So on the left-hand side, a little bit more structured overview of his skills according the kind of skills he's supporting. It's file translation, as I mentioned, from 100 languages to 100 languages within 3 minutes. File handling, especially PDF to Office, but he is also able to sanitize or neutralize your documents, so deleting all the sensitive information in your files, size, slide, graphics, research, especially public company and private company analysis, but also industry KPIs, peer analysis, and so on. And in the cluster more, where we experiment with additional skills, you find also consulting methods, and as I mentioned, more than 130 of them, and business models where you can ask, hey, how does freemium model work? And Brian will explain. So now I would like just to show you, right? Because I think one time seen is more than 1,000 times getting it explained. So basically, this is how it works. You've seen that I've asked Brian what his skills are, and within maximum 3 minutes, he provides a short answer with a list of skills he is having, including an welcome to Brian video, kind of 3 minutes introduction video, how to work with Brian. He also provides then an overview of all his skills in PDF format. That means this is a one-pager, and if you download it and click on the individual fields of this overview, the click on these elements will draft your request to Brian. So this is basically extremely simple. Maybe I can show this directly in practice that it doesn't look too theoretical. For example, standard icons. I just clicked on the field standard icons in slide graphics. This automatically writes your email to Brian at AskBrian AI, drafts your default formulation, how you get kind of default icon collections, and also a link where you get all the details about this particular stuff and skill, and then send it out, and your request is already in on its way to Brian and then very early back again. I would like to highlight one more thing because we have seen that when we built in more and more skills to Brian, then people asked us to increase the convenience, how to deal with him. So this click to ask links, so to say, which draft your next email to Brian, you find also in the signature of Brian, and this works exactly the same way. For example, if you are interested in translation, for example, you can get something like this. Hey, Brian, translate the file from, I don't know, English to Spanish. You attach your file, and then you are good to go. Yeah, and then you send it out, and then within 3 minutes you get the translated file back. If you ask for something more advanced, like here I did ask for the analysis of Tesla as one of the leading public companies, and Brian knows 50,000 of them. You get a detailed analysis of Tesla in PowerPoint and in Excel. Maybe just a short look into the file without going too much into detail, that we don't lose too much time on this, but you get an idea what extended data you get. So you can maybe show your clients the data of the competitors, the clients, or other inspiring companies, and understand them and their performance with qualitative description of multiple qualitative description, KPIs, annual numbers, quarterly numbers, and the comparison of the particular company, Tesla, with its competitors. So you get a very great overview of the information of this particular company. And this works like this for, as I said, for 50,000 public companies, but also for millions of private companies. That means you are having your own business assistant analyzing companies for you. I mentioned that Brian works also not just per email. So I would assume for many of you, this is extremely convenient, right? Because everyone has an email. It's so simple that I believe it cannot be written more simple. The user experience we try to reach or achieve is as if you have really your own intern or junior consulting being at your side all the time when you need help. So you will never be left alone again. So with your process challenge. Then I would like to show you also how it works in MS Teams. So maybe you are a user of MS Teams, then there I like to show you really also real time how to work with Brian, how exactly does it work. So if you are interested in Microsoft Teams cooperation, please then let me know, because this is as of now only for few selected clients available, but we can show you how to install it, and you need basically 4 clicks to install it in your MS Teams. And the amazing thing about the MS Teams integration is that it's much faster. So the logic is the same, right? So you can ask Brian, what are your skills? Or you can ask him not just in English, but also in German. For example, was sind deine Fähigkeiten? So this is in German, what are your skills? But you can ask him also in Spanish, Portuguese, Japanese, wherever in the world you are, and he will then answer in your language, providing again the skill map you can then click on and trigger the next requests to Brian. I would like to show you also how this works with the icons and templates, because I know that big companies have their own big libraries, but when you are on your own, you usually don't have these big template libraries, and often they cost very much. If with Brian, they are all included, and you can, for example, say send me icons for freelancer, uh, budget, and project. So what happens now? Maybe I'll explain within before Brian answers. Now the request is going to an NLP engine, natural language processing engine. Then Brian understands, okay, someone is asking for icons, and the user wants icons for three topics. It's for freelancer, budget, and project. Then he triggers the external API engine in order to draw multiple icons for these selected terms. Then he selects the top 50 ones, puts them in one presentation, and sends them back to you. And this works also similar. If you would ask him in German, what he will do is he will translate your request to English, because all the libraries are in English, and he will search for your icons anyway. And what you get then, hopefully he did get me right, you get 50 alternative icons for budget, 50 alternative icons for freelancer, and 50 alternative icons for project, all in a format that you can work with them. Yeah, so you can change the icons in the format and size however you please so you get an idea. So maybe one more example for send me pyramid templates. So sometimes you want to show in your proposal or in your project results what's on the top of the pyramid. And then, of course, you can start to build something in PowerPoint and use the integrated templates, but usually they are very ugly. If you want to have it more cool, you can ask Brian to get also some additional inspiration how to show content. And what Brian sends you is first an overview of all the PowerPoint templates libraries he has. He recognized correctly that you asked for pyramids, but he shows you also what other collections he has. You can ask for every one of those using the same logic, and then you get 20 to 30 alternative slides how you can show some hierarchy structure in your project. So I hope this shows basically how Brian works. He's always happy when he gets some feedback. He has a rating system. So 1 star is you are very unhappy, and then it's very probable that our support team will come back to you. But if you are 5 stars here, he asks for a review at Captera. So this could be of help for you as well. So maybe this is a short showcase how Brian works via email, via MS Teams, however you prefer, but basically addressing multiple skills. And we continue to develop Brian further. So we have added last year 12 skills. This year we'll probably add 5. So we are continuously developing Brian further. And if you have ideas where you say this would be amazing to have a friend, a colleague, which would help me in my work as standalone talent or freelancer, then let us know. We are always searching for amazing use cases, helping our clients to be more successful. So then what can you do? What would be the next step you can take? So your advantage as a Talmix talent is that you can use a 15% discount on all the packages Brian provides. What you can do is you just go to Ask Brian AI pricing. I will show it how it looks like. So maybe one of the questions is you are asking yourself, okay, is it costing me a fortune? So it's not. So I believe we have an extremely competitive pricing. And if you add this coupon code, you get 15% of all the prices you see on our webpage. Now, maybe to show you how our pricing structure is, no slide for that, but rather web page. where it's easily explained. So basically, it's based on number of users. So every user, one license. You can choose if you want to have 20% more discount if you pay annually. But if you don't want to commit and if you want to remain more flexible, you can pay monthly. And what you see is that we have basically two versions of Brian for individual users. The Brian with all his skills, including research skills, where we have high quality data sources like former Thomson Reuters and Nordata and so on, would cost you $29.99 per user a month if you pay monthly. If you pay annually, it would go down to 24, and with your Talmix discount, even less. And if you say, hey, I need translation, slide graphics, and so on, but I don't need the research stuff, then you are a very lucky person, and you can get Brian for only €8 a month, which you can pay monthly or annually. If you then, for example, choose, interestingly, the most popular one is still the Brian Pro, paid annually. So I'll show you what you need to do. Here you see an overview of all the skills Brian has. And if you go then on sign up, I will show you where to put then the Groupon code, so you then see a regular way how to enter your data, and you can have you a coupon, or as a Talmix expert you just paste in the coupon code, and this reduces your price by 15%. So this is how it works. So for 244 euros, you have for 1 year the brand with all his skills. And as I said, if you just need the one without research, it becomes a fraction of it. So basically 1/3 only. We believe this is extremely amazing considering the time Brian really saves you. So if you are not sure, if you would give it a try before you buy, we allow also this. So if you just click here on free trial, you can get test access to Brian for 14 days, no credit card, nothing required. And within 14 days, you can test all the skills of Brian and decide if you want him, if he's also made for you, or if we need to make him smarter to really help you also in your job or in your kinds of projects you are supporting and helping your clients with. Thank you very much, Nicola, for making this possible, and also for your support, and much looking forward how it develops. Yeah.
Great. Thank you very much for your time as well. It's been great.
Thank you very much. Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Everyone, bye.